utility item. Mr. Powers, if you would please read the agenda for us, sir.
Good afternoon, Vice Chair Williams and Commissioners. Just a reminder, Mr. Vice Chairman, that the next regularly scheduled Commission business meeting is set for Thursday, April 17th, 2025 at 1 p.m. That was changed.
Yes,
I apologize.
that was changed. I think we're still looking at the time.
I apologize. That was still on my calendar.
Sorry.
Today, we have just one item on the agenda. Item number 1 is in docket number 2025-2E. This item involves the final disposition of this docket.
All right, Commissioners, is there a motion for this utility item?
Vice Chair Williams.
Commissioner Thomas, you have the floor, sir.
Thank you. I move that the Commission adopt and approve the settlement agreement between Dominion Energy South Carolina Incorporated, DESC, and the Office of Regulatory Staff, ORS. The South Carolina Energy Users Committee, SCEUC, and CMC Steel are interveners in this docket, and they are not signatories to the settlement agreement. The settlement agreement is adopted and approved by the Commission as follows. 1, the fuel purchasing practices and policies, power plant operations, fuel inventory management, and other matters associated with SC Code annotated section 5827-865 are reasonable and prudent for the review period. 2, the total value of net energy metering distributed energy resource, that's NEMDER, proposed by DSC is 3.793 cents per kilowatt hour for the current period and 3.656 cents per kilowatt hour for 20-year levelized, as shown in direct testimony of DESC witness James W. Neely and Table 2 of his testimony. 3, the base fuel cost for DESC is 3.612 cents per kilowatt hour for all rate classes. 4, the variable environmental and avoided capacity cost component is 0.117 cents per kilowatt hour for residential service, 0.100 cents per kilowatt hour for small general service, 0.088 cents per kilowatt hour for medium general service, and 0.056 cents per kilowatt hour for large general service. 5, the DER avoided cost component is 0.032 cents per kilowatt hour for residential service, 0.028 cents per kilowatt hour for small general service, 0.024 cents per kilowatt hour for medium general service, and 0.016 cents per kilowatt hour for large general service. 6, the total fuel cost factor, 3.761 cents per kilowatt hour for residential service, 3.74 cents per kilowatt hour for small general service, 3.724 cents per kilowatt hour for medium general service, 3.684 cents per kilowatt hour for large general service, and 3.612 cents per kilowatt hour for lighting service. 7, the DER incremental cost component per account per month is $1 for residential, $7.36 for small, medium general service, and $100 for large general service. 8, the total allowable rate change reflecting all updated fuel costs incurred by DESC for a residential customer using 1,000 kilowatt hours per month would be an increase of approximately $7.10 or 4.8%, inclusive of revenue taxes, and the company will notice its customers of the increase in fuel costs. 9, with regards to plant outages not completed as of December 31st, 2024, and outages where final reports of DESC contractors, governmental entities, or others are not available. The parties agree that ORS retains the right to review the reasonableness of plant outages and associated costs in the review period during which the outage is completed or when the reports on such outages become available. 10. The company shall be required to provide ORS with an outage D-rate reports on a semi-annual basis for the first 6-month period, January through June, and then for the second 6-month period, July through December of the review period going forward. The first 6-month batch of reports will include any outage D-rate reports associated with outages D-rates from the prior review period that were not completed and available at the time of this filing. 11. Upon written request, DESC will provide the following to the stipulating parties and also to SCEUC and CMC Steel. A. Copies of the monthly fuel recovery reports currently filed with the Commission and ORS. And B. Forecasts of the expected fuel factors to be set at DESC's next annual fuel proceeding using DESC's historical over-under collection balance to date following the quarters ending June 30th and September the 30th, 2025, and forecasted prices for uranium, natural gas, coal, oil, and other fuel required for generation of electricity. The forecast will also provide the expected DERP charge to be set at the company's next annual fuel proceeding based upon DESC's historical over-under recovery to date and DESC's forecast of DERP incremental and avoided costs. DESC agrees it will put forth reasonable efforts to forecast the expected fuel factors to be set at its next annual fuel proceeding. However, the parties agree that these quarterly forecasts will not be admitted into evidence in any future DESC proceeding. So moved. And Vice Chair Williams, I have a couple of comments at the appropriate time.
Absolutely, sir. The floor is yours.
Thank you. All right, so in order number 2022-860, issued on December the 30th of 2022, and docket number 2022-259E, DESC was ordered to, in quotes, reevaluate the feasibility, costs, and benefits to customers associated with natural gas financial hedging program for fuel costs for electric generation, the results of which shall be made available to the Commission, ORS, and other interested parties as part of the company's 2024 annual fuel proceeding in docket number 2024-2E, end quote. An independent evaluation was performed and submitted to the Commission in docket number 2024-2E. However, DESC has not implemented the recommendations. I encourage the company and interested large industrial customers to explore the idea of natural gas hedging programs specifically for large industrial customers in South Carolina. The goal of the discussions is to look at measures that reduce rate volatility and promote rate stability. I recommend that DESC and its interested stakeholders consider the following factors. 1, rate predictability and stability. 2, the estimated cost of such a program. And very importantly, number 3, options for the participating large industrial customers to pay for all the costs of any such program. Finally, I'd like to say that I believe it is important for companies to communicate with their large customers. I got the impression at the hearing that DESC can do a better job of communicating with its large customers, and I encourage them to do so. And I appreciate the opportunity to make the comments. That's all I have.
Thank you, Commissioner Thomas. Commissioners, hearing Commissioner Thomas's motion, is there any more discussion? Hearing,
Vice Chair Williams?
yes, ma'am. Commissioner Williams, you have the floor, ma'am.
Thank you. Sometimes I'm asked for clarity over what was the motion and what was not. And as I understood it, you began making personal comments after you said you so moved, and you noted that you had a few comments to make. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Okay. I agree with your comments as well, and encourage the company to look at options that help, again, with rate stability for large customers. But that's just a comment. Thank you, Commissioner Thomas.
If there's nothing else, hearing nothing else, we will vote, starting with Commissioner Thomas,
Aye.
Commissioner Belzer,
Aye.
Commissioner Caston,
Aye.
Commissioner Williams.
Aye.
Vice Chair Williams votes aye. The ayes have it. The motion carries.
Mr. Vice Chairman and Commissioners, this concludes all business noticed before the commission today.
All right, thank you, Director Powers. Based on the fact that we have a meeting scheduled for Wednesday, but we don't have a time, I would like for everyone who's listening to be on the lookout for a notice. We will post that as soon as possible. Commissioners, is there anything else before we adjourn? Nothing. We are adjourned. Thank you.